What's up, GGs? Welcome to week 9, workout 2. Let's hop into mobility with bird dogs with a crunch. So this is one arm and leg at a time, okay? We're going to lift one arm up straight in front of us, the opposite leg straight up behind us. And then when you come back down, you're going to crunch those in your midsection for a little ab crunch action. So it's kind of like a cat-cow if you think about it. You're extending and retracting your spine. And so just make sure to keep your core nice and stable so you're not having a hard time balancing. And go ahead and do another 10 on the other side. And make sure to breathe. Okay, next up we have really slow and controlled cat-cows. These are great. Slow and controlled is what actually helps your joints and your muscles and all the tiny little stabilizer muscles open and relax. If we're going really fast, that adds a little bit of stress to your body, your bones, and your joints. So nice and slow really helps relax everything and open it up. Okay, so make sure you're inhaling as you contract into the cat and exhaling as you're doing cow. Sometimes, you don't want to hold your breath while you're doing this, so you might inhale there and then take another breath and exhale. So you might take a few breaths in between cat and cow, but just make sure that while you're in cow, you go ahead and exhale for that nice deep breath out. Okay, we have 5 to 8 of these. Alright, we have kneeling lateral lunges with front to back. So I first want you to stick your legs straight out into that lateral lunge. And I want you to give me 5 stretches in that position first. So just move back and forth. Just get that inner thigh a little bit more stretched out before we move into the front and back. So while you're in this position, and after you have a good 5 stretches, you're going to touch the inside of your foot to the front of an object and then behind an object. It can be a water bottle, it can be a little foam square if you have one of those, it can be anything just so you can visualize moving your foot front to back. And you should really feel this in your hips and the sides of your glutes, okay? So you're doing 10 of those total. Okay, now we have standing toe raises. So this is going to work the shins, your shin muscles, and it's going to work on your ankle mobility, So make sure you're standing against a wall and there's about a foot in between you and your heels. And then you're just lifting your toes up. So I kind of just put my hands on my hips and lift your toes up. Just go as high as you can. It might not be that much, but anything works as long as we get those shin muscles working and activated. And then after we do the toe raises, we're just going to turn around on the wall, put our hands against it just for some balance, and we're doing 20 calf raises. So if we're working the front part, we also want to work the back part. So everything starts from your feet in terms of body and joint health. So if you have healthy feet, you're going to have healthy ankles, then you're going to have healthy knees, healthy hips, healthy back, and healthy overall health. So we got to start from the little guys at the bottom. So we're working on the ankles and the calves, and we have 20 total. Make sure they're nice and controlled. Okay, next up we have opening and closing the gates. So you're just doing 1 foot at a time, 10 total reps. So opening and then closing is 1 rep. So I want you to get your knee all the way up as high as you can go. Shoot it straight out. I think that'd be a clockwise motion, but outside of your body. And open that gate as far out as you can go, and then you're bringing your knee up to a 90-degree angle to close the gate again. You're going to feel a little bit of crunching in your hips, a little bit of popping, a little bit of discomfort. That's completely normal. That just means that you're tight and that your hips need it that much more. And just to preface, my hips were popping and making funny noises the whole time. So it's really important that we open them, get the joints moving and hinging, even if it's uncomfortable. It'll help them that much more, okay? So 10 each side. Okay, we're ending the mobility portion with child's pose. If you're not able to bend over this much, just bend over as much as you can. If you need to lift your hips up in the air to alleviate some of that rib or chest area, you can go ahead and do that. But doing this child's pose to the left, the center, and the right really stretches out those lat muscles. So that's going to be all the way down your side. So right under your shoulders, your armpit, like all the way down to your hips, your obliques, your core, just the whole side of your body. It's really going to stretch. So I kind of was really sore and I stayed to the right a little bit more. So just feel your body, listen to it. If you need to stay on one side longer than another, go ahead and do that. And we're going to stay in this movement for about 1 minute. All right, we're already to the workout portion. So we are starting off with split squats. The difference between this and a lunge is that you're staying put the whole time, so your feet aren't moving. So split squat is basically a pulsing lunge. Hold on to something for balance. The foot behind you, you're just kind of hinging on that toe. Yeah, so the leg that's in the back, you're just going up and down on a toe, and then you're trying to drive with that heel that is the working leg. So body is at a 45-degree angle. You're driving up with the heel to really engage the glutes. And you have 10 of these each side. All right, let's get our heart rate up a little bit for a little bit of plyometrics. Let's do some jumping jacks. We have 30 total reps. So jumping jacks are great, actually. It's kind of a mobility movement and an accelerated heart rate movement at the same time. So we're opening those shoulder blades. We're getting the lateral parts of our knees working. Our ankles are working because we're kind of bouncing on our toes. This is a great exercise. 30 reps. Okay, next up we have front squats, 10 to 15. So front squats is just going to mean that you're going to have the weights a little bit more in front of your body. I put them on my shoulders, but I'm holding the front end of the dumbbell. So go ahead and do the same. Put those dumbbells, as you can see, there's like one end in the back, the other end is in front, and I'm holding on to it. And you're gonna keep your feet nice and wide, like a sumo squat position, toes are out, and you're hinging at your hips and squatting down until your hips do not let you go any deeper, okay? Don't strain your back doing these. Okay, next up are wall sits with bicep curls. So try to get as 90 degrees with your legs as possible. If it's a little too difficult, that's okay. You can sit a little higher. But go ahead and hold those dumbbells in a supinated position. So the bottom of your wrists are going to be facing up. Keep that core nice and engaged, and we have 10 reps. Okay, we have lateral band walks. So grab a resistance band if you have one. You're going to put it around your thighs, about an inch above your kneecaps. Hands on the hips. Really engage those glutes and sit back, okay? Get that butt like way out behind you, okay? So your knees are not going over your toes. And 2 steps to one side equals 1 rep. We have 20 of these total. You're going to be burning. You're going to be like, can I stop after like 10 of these? No. You can do it. You got it. It's just a resistance band, and we are trying to grow the peach. So get into it and get those 20 reps done. Okay, we're not done with the band. Keep the band in the same position, and we're doing monster walks. So you're walking forward, but you're kind of taking your foot a little bit outside of your hips. You're stretching out that resistance band. You're going to feel this in your glutes, but it's a really good exercise for knee health. And a lot of physical therapists use this movement in rehab for knees and stuff. So we also have 20 total reps of these. I had little room to work with, so I was going back and forth quite a bit. Okay, and we are ending with mountain climbers for this set, okay? 20 reps. Okay, just like always, make sure you've rested 1 to 2 minutes before starting the second set. Make sure you drink some water, check on your heart rate, but if you're ready to go, let's get into it. We have split squats again, okay? So keep those feet planted, make sure your knee's not going over your toe, body's at a 45-degree angle, driving with that heel to get those glutes engaged. And we have 10 each side. And jumping jacks again. Make sure to squeeze the core, hands way above the head, and keep those feet moving in and out. 30 jumping jacks. Ooh, and then we have front squats. I almost forgot about these. Get a couple dumbbells, put them on your shoulders and hold the front end of them. Make sure you're in a sumo squat position, so your toes are 45 degrees out, pointed out, and your legs are pretty wide. And you're squatting down until your hips kind of lock into place and they don't let you go any deeper, okay? That's gonna be the safest bet for your back and for really good glute engagement. Okay, next up we have wall sits with a bicep curl. So stick your back against the wall, legs are 90 degrees, and you're squeezing the core and really working those biceps, okay? If you can do more than 10 reps, by all means, go ahead and do about 10 to 12, but this is the last round of these. You got this. Okay, lateral band walk. Grab a resistance band, put it around those thighs, hands on the hips, and then we have 2 steps to one side for 1 rep, 2 steps to the other side. Make sure your feet are forward. So the toes are pointed forward. They're not going at a 45-degree angle or any weird angle, okay? We want the feet forward and we want that butt way back, okay? So shove it back and don't let your knees go over your toes. Okay, next up we have monster walks. So keep that band around your legs and you're just basically walking forward like a little duck. So you're gonna be hunched over a little bit, bending your knees, and you're walking and doing wide steps. Okay, big wide steps. Get those glutes engaged, get those knees working. We have 20 total reps. Woo! Mountain climbers, 20 reps, and then you are done with the workout. I am very proud of you. You did another week of working out. You're killing it. I'll see you next week.